My grandfather crossed an ocean to become American. Nearly a century later, I crossed the country to discover what it means to be American. This is a story about my journey.
When it first hit, there was debris, like you're just looking in disbelief. And then the debris starts going everywhere, so you start running. I was south of Trinity Church and west of Trinity Church. So I'm like at the other corner of the World Trade Center. So everyone's thinking to themselves, like, walk east or walk south. And everyone here is thinking walk east or walk north, right? Because it's the only way to get away from the building.
Right away, you went to...
Right, as soon as the first tower came down, we were like, we're going to be expecting massive casualties and stuff. So then we took off and went down to the other tower.
Then I was on the bridge, and there was people with concrete dust all over them. You know, when you see it burning, and then
we don't have a TV. What? He was the towers. A plane just flew into the towers, and he was, he was just like talking, and I wasn't processing it, and I kind of hung up on him.
I thought we were going to be called out in a large way. It was the hate crimes unit. I knew right away that there was going to be retaliation.
World Trade Center's attacked. I went to work, and I was kind of worried. The next day, should I go to work? But I had a double worry. I had to worry about somebody hurting me on the subway. I shouldn't have to worry about that.
The phone rings. He said, your dad's been shot. He was wearing a white turban and a beard, and he was an enemy. So that's the only. I feel like that's the only reason that they really shot him.
I was saying, why did you do that? His exact words were, because you're a white nigger lover and your friend's an Arabic asshole.
The 4 guys came in and they asked the clerk, who was Mexican, is this store owned by Palestinians? She's all, no, it's by Indians. Like, same thing. They broke the windows, knocked down shelves.
My husband grew up in India. He had no idea what's about to happen. The minute I saw what happened, I told him, Sikhs are in for a hard time, be prepared.
Oh yeah, anybody could be a target.
You told me to go home, right?
Yeah, basically, I don't care where you're at.
There's a lot of backlash. He said to me, well, what do you expect? You expect people to come around and give you roses?
I remember this guy came up to me. He was like, you're a cute terrorist.
We're the bad people. We're the people who committed this horrendous act.
Some people say I'm from Afghanistan and I'm Bin Laden's son.
I can put a face to what hate really means.
Can I be as free or as open as I want to be?
You're afraid to leave your own home.
Inequality, injustice, intolerance.
Terrorists. Go back to your country.
Hatred.
I was scared.
Just kind of paranoid.
You're guilty unless you're proven innocent.
Everyone in this country did turban equals terrorist. And justice will be done.
And thanks for joining us. We want to get you caught up on today's developments from Tuesday's terrorist attacks.
But first, we have some breaking news to tell you about. I'm at a Mesa gas station near 80th Street and University. An employee was shot and killed. You can see behind me, police are still on the scene investigating.
One man is dead. The targets are these 3 locations: 2 gas stations and a private home in Mesa.
You've seen the patrol cars before, you've seen the crime tape and the detectives at the scene. But when you see the family and friends arrive, you start to understand there may be something different about the murder of Balbir Singh. He is a native of India, a follower of the Sikh religion.
His family has also been targeted by people who've mistaken him for being an Arab. Now, police, on the other hand, are not confirming if this was indeed a hate crime. They'll only say the victim was outside the gas station when a truck came by and fired several shots and the victim was killed.
Next thing you know, everything's blocked off and, people are crying and my heart goes out to them so much.
I don't know, it's just sickening. There's no excuse for that.
We know the suspect is 42 years old. He is from Mesa and his name is Frank Roque.
When I set out across the country, I was looking for the heart of America. I went through many cities and many stories until I finally found it, halfway around the world, at her doorstep, all along. My name is Valerie. I am an American. I am a Sikh. I am a student, away at school, living in my books. All day long I read about ethics, religion, violence, law. It can get a little depressing, reading about all the reasons why people kill each other. I guess that's why I can't let myself forget what I learned on the road. There I found the deeper truth. Stories can save us. Stories can bind us, can break us open, can make us human to each other. But there's also the politics of storytelling. Who decides which stories are told and which are buried? Who is framing the picture? Who is holding the camera? In the aftermath of September 11th, I took my camera across the country to find the stories we were not hearing and the faces we were not seeing. This is a story about my journey and the question, who counts as American? In a world divided into us and them, who counts as one of us? What does an enemy look like? What does an American look like? 100 years ago, this is what my grandfather looked like. My understanding of America begins with him.